Welcome to Build Guide. Are you looking for a healthy, successful relationship? If so, then you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to talk about 10 bad habits that you should avoid in a relationship with a guy. We'll discuss why these behaviors are detrimental to a relationship and what you can do to steer clear of them. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn how to build a strong and successful relationship. 1. Being possessive. Possessiveness is not a sign of security. It is a sign of insecurity and a lack of trust. It can make a relationship toxic. Possessiveness can often lead to jealousy, which can cause a partner to become overly controlling and manipulative. Possessiveness can create a sense of mistrust and can lead to arguments, as well as emotional and physical abuse. Possessive partners may try to control their partner's decisions and activities by checking up on them or trying to meet their social interactions. They will also be jealous of their partner's friends, family, or associates. Possessive behavior is a major red flag in a relationship and should not be tolerated, and it's important to communicate openly and honestly with your partner. If you're feeling possessive, it is important to take the time to figure out why you are feeling this way. Talk to your partner and express your concerns in a non-threatening way. It is important to remember that you both have the right to be independent and private. It is possible to be in a committed relationship without losing your sense of self. If your partner is possessive and does not respect your boundaries, it is important to take action. It is important to set limits and let your partner know that possessive behavior is not acceptable. If your partner does not respect your boundaries, it may be time to consider ending your relationship. 2. Excessive use of social media. Constantly checking and updating social media can take away from time spent with your partner and can lead to a lack of communication. Social media can also be a breeding ground for negative energy and can lead to stress and anxiety. Excessive use of social media can lead to a decrease in physical activity as you choose to stay inside and scroll through social media instead of going outside. It can also lead to an increase in unhealthy eating habits as you snack on unhealthy foods while you browse. Lastly, excessive social media can interfere with sleep patterns and can even lead to depression. Social media can be an amazing tool to stay connected and informed, but it's important to be aware of how much time you're spending on it and to take regular breaks. 3. Poor communication skills. If your partner is unable to effectively communicate his feelings, needs, and concerns, it can lead to misunderstandings and arguments. Poor communication skills can be a major issue in relationships. One partner may be neglected, unheard, or frustrated when the other does not take the time to listen and express themselves. This can lead to tension and resentment in the relationships. Poor communication skills can also prevent a couple from resolving conflicts or making decisions together. Without effective communication, it is difficult to understand one another and reach an agreement. Additionally, poor communication skills can cause a partner to feel like their opinion or feelings are not valued or respected. When communication is poor, it can also be difficult to express love, appreciation, and support for one another. Without clear communication, it can be hard for a couple to express their feelings for one another and create a sense of connection. They may also struggle to give each other feedback in a constructive manner. Overall, poor communication skills can be damaging to a relationship. If your partner is having trouble communicating, it is important to address the issue and work together to improve communication. 4. Emotionally unavailable. If your partner is emotionally unavailable, it can be difficult to form a meaningful communication and your relationship may suffer. Emotionally unavailability, people often appear to be aloof and uninterested in forming meaningful relationships. They may be dismissive of their partner's feelings, show little or no interest in communication, or seem distant and preoccupied. They may also be unable to express their own emotions and may be unwilling to open up and share their experiences with their partner. It can be difficult to make a connection with someone who is emotionally unavailable. It is important to remember that this is not a personal feeling on your part, but rather a sign that your partner may be struggling with emotional issues of their own. If your partner is emotionally unavailable, it is important to be patient and understanding and to have honest conversations about the issues and maybe preventing them from connecting with you. It can also be helpful to seek professional assistance to help your partner work through their issues. With the right support and guidance, a person who is emotionally available can learn to open up and build a stronger connection with your partner. 5. Poor listening skills. If your partner doesn't listen to you when you're speaking, it can make you feel unimportant and can lead to disagreements. Poor listening skills can lead to misunderstanding, missed opportunities, confusion, and frustration. People with poor listening skills may have difficulty understanding what is being said and may even interrupt or talk over others. They may be quick to jump to conclusions and not take the time to consider different perspectives. They may also be distracted by their own thoughts and not pay attention to what is being said. Poor listeners may be too focused on themselves to listen and empathize with what is being said. They can lead to an inability to build meaningful relationships and difficulty in resolving conflicts. Poor listeners may also be difficult to work with as they may not be able to pick up on the nuances of a conversation or consider the feelings of others. In the end, poor listening skills can have a negative impact on relationships, team dynamics, and productivity. 6. Lack of respect. If your partner doesn't respect your feelings, opinions, and decisions, it can create an unhealthy dynamic in your relationship. You may feel unheard, unappreciated, and disrespected. When respect is missing, it is difficult to maintain a healthy relationship. Without mutual respect, the relationship can become strained and eventually fall apart. It can also cause tension and hurt feelings. Lack of respect can lead to feelings of resentment, a lack of trust, and a lack of communication. It can cause arguments and create a negative environment where it is difficult to open and honesty. It can also lead to physical and emotional abuse. Respect is an essential part of any healthy relationship and should be nurtured and maintained in order to ensure a lasting, trusting connection. If you feel that your partner isn't respecting you, it is important to talk about it. Express how their lack of respect makes you feel and try to work together to resolve the issue. If the problem persists, it may be time to seek help from a qualified counselor or therapist. 7. Not taking responsibility. If your partner won't take responsibility for his mistakes or bad decisions, it can make you feel like your relationship isn't being taken seriously. Not taking responsibility can also start a cycle of blaming and defensiveness. When your partner refuses to take responsibility, it can make it harder to trust him. It may also lead to a lack of communication as your partner won't want to discuss the issue. Not taking responsibility will also make it difficult to solve any problems that come up in the relationship. He may be unwilling to accept blame and therefore unable to move the relationship forward. If your partner isn't taking responsibility, it is important to talk about it and seek professional help if needed. It is important to remember that taking responsibility for your actions is a sign of maturity and respect, and it's essential for any healthy relationship. 8. Addiction to drugs or alcohol. Substance abuse can lead to a lack of trust, financial problems, and can be a source of conflict in a relationship. People who are addicted to drugs or alcohol may be unable to maintain relationships with family and friends, as substance abuse can lead to isolation, dishonesty, and lack of accountability. People in relationship with someone with an addiction may feel that they cannot trust their partner and may become increasingly resentful and frustrated. Financial problems can also arise due to substance abuse. People with an addiction may be unable to keep up with bills or manage their money and may resort to stealing or other illegal activities to support their habits. This financial hardship can create tension in a relationship as one partner may have to take responsibility for managing the finances and paying the bills. Substance abuse can also lead to arguments and conflict in a relationship. People with an addiction may be unable to participate in activities they once enjoyed and may act irresponsibly or erratically. This can create tension between partners as one partner may wish to participate in activities that the other cannot or will not due to their addiction. It is important for those in relationships with someone with an addiction to seek support for themselves and their partners. Addiction is a serious problem and can cause a range of negative consequences if left untreated. Seeking help from professionals can help those struggling with addiction and can help couples work through the challenges of living with an addiction. 9. Abusive. Abuse, whether physical or emotional, is never okay and can have a long-lasting negative impact on your relationship. Abuse can take many forms. Emotional abuse is when someone uses words to control, belittle, or hurt you. It may include insults, threats, and intimidation. Physical abuse is when someone uses physical force to hurt you or control you. This can include hitting, pushing, punching, or other forms of physical contact. Abuse can also be sexual, such as when someone forces you to do something sexual that you don't want to do. It can be also financial, such as when someone controls your money or prevents you from having access to it. When someone is being abusive, they're trying to take away your power and control. They may be trying to make you feel like you don't have a choice in the matter. It is important to remember that abuse is never okay, and it's important to speak out against it. It is also important to recognize the signs of abuse so that you can take steps to protect yourself. If you or someone you know is being abused, it is important to seek help. There are many resources available to help those who are experiencing abuse, and it's important to reach out for help. 10. Infidelity. Cheating on a partner is a major breach of trust and can lead to a broken relationship. Infidelity can take many forms, from physical to emotional. Physical infidelity is when someone has sexual contact with someone other than a partner, while emotional infidelity is when someone has an intimate relationship with someone other than their partner without engaging in physical contact. Regardless of the type, infidelity can have devastating effects on the betrayed partner, causing feelings of betrayal, hurt, and anger. It can lead to a breakdown in communication. It can also lead to lack of trust and the end of the relationship. It is important to know that the person who has been cheated on is not the only one affected by the infidelity. Even if the relationship itself is not broken, the cheater may still feel guilt and shame for betraying their partner's trust. This can lead to feelings of low self-worth and depression. It is also important to remember that infidelity is not always the result of a bad relationship. In some cases, it is the result of an underlying issue that the couple has not been able to address. If a couple is willing to talk openly and honestly about the issue and find ways to reconnect and rebuild the trust, there may be hope to save the relationship. In any case, it is important to remember that infidelity is a serious issue that, if addressed properly, can be overcome. With the right support, it is possible to rebuild a relationship and move forward. Thank you for joining us on Build Guide as we discuss the 10 bad habits to avoid when dating a guy. We hope that this video was informative and helped you decide whether or not this guy is the one for you. At Build Guide, we know that relationships are a delicate thing and we want to make sure that you are in a happy, healthy relationship. So make sure to keep an eye out for these bad habits and take them into consideration when deciding if you should date this guy. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends, and don't forget to check out our other videos for more advice on relationships, dating, and more. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and we wish you all the best in finding the perfect guy for you. Bye.